This is Scott, Inside Freedom. This is my video response to Landrun89. Check out Landrun's channel. Landrun89 is right at the 1,000 subscriber mark, and he's doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I'll post a link to that 1,000 subscriber giveaway at the end of the video. But in the video options that he has for the video response, he asked us to do a video describing or telling a story about a time where you had a gun and really needed it, got into a situation, or a situation where you got into where you wished that you had a gun. So here's my story. This was back in the early 90s. I was in East Tennessee. I was living in Knoxville at the time, working on a second degree, and I'd headed out into the far east of Knoxville, really rural areas, in a natural area that had mountain biking trails. And I was there, obviously, to mountain bike. I was alone. I was riding for probably an hour or so. There were a lot of trails in this area, and there were a lot of just like divergent trails that I wanted to explore, things that really weren't on the trail maps. They were maybe deer trails or something, but I kind of had been exploring, so I took off on one of those and had been biking for about a half an hour. And I mean, there was nothing. It was just the middle of the woods and in the hills, obviously, in East Tennessee. And I came around a corner, and facing me, just up that little narrow trail, was a couple of guys. One of them had an AR, the other one had a shotgun. And I stopped dead in the path, looked at them. They didn't look too friendly, and I just basically stopped, and they said, "You don't need to go any further." I said, "I'm sorry, just riding, didn't know where I was going, just been kind of exploring." I said, "You need to get out of here." So I hightailed it, shaky-kneed, picked up the pace, didn't slow down until I got back to my truck, loaded my bike in my truck, and hightailed it out of there, and I never went back to that area. Now back in the 90s, Tennessee is famous for being a high import location for marijuana, and it was just a perfect distance for a lot of drops for that. And it's also, that part of Tennessee has always been famous for moonshine, and back in the 90s, moonshining was still illegal. That's changed here in the last 10 years, but moonshining was illegal. So I'm pretty sure I stumbled across some kind of operation, and I felt pretty fortunate that all I had to do was hightail it out of there. And I don't think they followed me. I never looked back to find out. But that's my story. Again, Landrun, congrats on the 1,000 subs. You're a great guy. I really appreciate how giving you are and what all that you do here in the community. Again, I will leave a link for his 1,000 subscriber video. Check that out. Check him out. Subscribe. Landrun, thank you, bud. Have a good one.